Ladies and gentlemen, up and coming entertainment, the queen of all trades, Amanda Diva. Am I right?
Yep. I like to think that's the way it is.
Because a lot of people don't remember that you was on TV a while back on Nickelodeon.
It's funny you say that because I woke up this morning to a number of Twitters from folks in the industry who like just found this out overnight. So that was funny. But yeah, you know, I had a youthful presence on Nickelodeon on the show My Brother and Me. Taking it back.
And you shared something with Ron Howard and Emmanuel Lewis.
I worked with the Fonz?
No, you developed from a child star to a polished individual.
Emmanuel Lewis? Developed into a polished individual?
Well, Emmanuel Lewis isn't broke. He may be short, but he has money in a business.
Okay. Big ups to Emmanuel Lewis.
Yeah, Ron Howard, that's another conversation. But what's going on with you right now?
It's a very general question. Just trying to expand my brand, you know, through the use of the music, especially, as well as the television and website. So we've got Diva Speak TV and Diva TV Y'all, which are humorous shows. Diva Speak TV, of course, more comedy based. I do characters and sketch comedy, trying to get on SNL. That's the ultimate goal with that. And Diva Speak TV, Diva TV Y'all is more like interview based. I really, you know, love being able to help other artists get shine and, you know, get out there. And I think at this point, like, my name is a lot more present in the web sphere. So I think people are a lot more responsive to when I say someone is dope. And so if I can tack my name onto someone that I believe in and get them a little bit more shine, then I definitely want to do that. Music wise, you know, we dropped Spanish Rhymes and Soul the Free P earlier this year, and we're about to re-release it through iTunes, etc., with, you know, new tracks and, you know, deluxe, etc. We're about to do that. We just shot the video for Neon, so that's gonna be so dope. So that we're looking forward to putting that out in about a month or so, as well as a video for Devils and Dust Till Dawn. You know, just keep it busy. And then all on the other side of that, I do the art thing. I do live painting. I sell hand painted bags that I do on Karma Loop, as well as on divaworksofart.com. And you know, it's just like juggling a lot of different things. My mom has always been big on, you know, not letting my talents go to waste. So I also, though, don't want to be just doing shit and not doing it at its highest quality. So I feel like at this point in my life that I've figured out how to do the things I want to do at the quality I want to do them. So it feels good.
So you take everything seriously?
Yeah, man. I basically take everything seriously but myself. You know, I really don't take myself too seriously. I mean, I joke, and I'm an intense person, but I always try and find the funny. And, you know, anyone who knows me knows that, like, the diva in my name is really a contradiction, because I'm not a diva at all. I mean, do I demand a certain level of quality and work and in respect? Yes. You know, do I expect people to stand up, you know, behind their word and to do what they say they're going to do? Yes. If that makes me a diva, then I definitely am a diva. But if it's about being extra and, you know, being stank and demanding all these highfalutin, you know, ostentatious requests, nah, that ain't me at all.
And I noticed you do poetry too. Where does your poetry come from?
Haven't been really doing poetry like that. I mean, I came up doing poetry in the spoken word scene. I mean, it all comes from the same place. It comes from my heart and soul. I mean, that was really my vehicle into all these other different facets. I mean, I definitely can say poetry is what led me down the path that I've come down. I mean, poetry got me on Sirius Satellite Radio. Poetry brought me to MTV2. Poetry brought me to rhyming and singing. So, you know, poetry is definitely at the root and foundation of everything I do. And they say, you know, that historians record the facts and poets record the feelings. And I mean, I definitely am somebody who considers myself very in touch with people and their feelings.
And how did you become a member of Floetry?
It was very random. I mean, Natalie left the group, and then I got a text message from Angela Yee, who's a host of Morning Show on Shade 45, and she was like, yo, you know, do you want to replace Natalie and Floetry? They're looking for a replacement. And I'm like, fuck out of here. But they were. And I mean, literally, you know, I met the management, and I met Marcia, and then a month later we went on the road, and it was short-lived, but it was an experience that I really, you know, can't even put in monetary form. I mean, it was definitely just an eye-opening experience to be able to be on the road, and to be on my first tour and do a House of Blues tour was a great experience, because it was like, you know, I got to skip steps, and it's very, very rare that you get to skip steps in this game, but I got to see what it's like to be on the tour bus, in a nice tour bus with a dope ass band, and, you know, really be up there rocking to full houses. And it was very good for my confidence, and also very good for my credibility as an artist.
As a female, what is hip-hop to you to this day?
I mean, as a female, hip-hop to me is, you know, non-inclusive of females. But as a hip-hop head, I mean, hip-hop is just, you know, dope music that can basically define any emotion that you're having. You know, and I really just appreciate what hip-hop has done for the identity of Black Americans, especially because it gave us a space in a country that really wasn't trying to have that. But as a woman, I mean, I could definitely say that hip-hop is just not at this current state is not inclusive of women and our point of view. I think that there's a lot of folks that really just don't want to hear a woman's point of view over a beat in rhyme form. But I'm hoping to change that.
And how the fans can reach out to you?
AmandaDiva.com, or hit me up on Twitter.com/AmandaDiva.
Can you walk the street by yourself, or do you get mobbed?
I don't get mobbed. I mean, I get recognized, which is still very bizarre. I mean, I've been famous before when I was doing Nickelodeon and when I was doing MTV2. But there's something different about this time. I don't know if it's because it's based on work that I put in myself, or if it's because I'm older and I just have a different outlook, but it's definitely a different space. But I definitely get recognized wherever I go. A lot of times I don't even know what to say when people are like, "You're Diva." I'm like, "Yep, bye." You know, I just always feel like I'm doing the robot. I always feel hella awkward. But yeah, I mean, I hope that, you know, even with the work I'm doing and, you know, the fame that comes along with the work I'm doing, that I will always be able to walk the street by myself, because I'm just a regular Joan with, you know, I have extraordinary goals and abilities, but I'm really just somebody who wants to just be able to chill.
And what's your ultimate goal in this whole Queen of Trades game you want to do?
Man, as long as I can get to a point where my mom doesn't have to work anymore, I'm cool. That's the first ultimate goal. After that, we'll reassess. Come back after that. When we get to a point where mom doesn't have to work anymore, then we're going to have to sit back down the drawing board and be like, okay, new goal. We going to Mars?
Do you think this one girl is hip-hop to you who trying to copy off Little Kim's image off a mixtape cover?
Nicki Minaj, is she hip-hop?
To you.
I mean, she raps. She's hip-hop. I mean, I'm personally not a fan of her music, but that doesn't mean that she's not hip-hop. I mean, hip-hop is, if you rhyming over beats, you're hip-hop. Whether it's good hip-hop or bad hip-hop is, you know, to the beholder. But, you know, when people say, like, down south music isn't hip-hop, or, you know, the bounce music isn't hip-hop, etc., I don't sign that. You know, hip-hop is urban music in rhyme form over beats.
Do you have any advice for girls who look up to you?
Stick to your guns, man. You know, it's hard to be yourself. People will tell you all day, be yourself, be yourself, be yourself. It's hard, man, because especially now we're so inundated with images, be they visual, auditory, etc., you know, on the internet, magazines, television. I mean, it's all day long, just different images of like what you should look like, or what you could look like, or what you may want to be like. And it's very tough to be able to look in the mirror and say, well, I'm cool with this. You know what I'm saying? And to look in yourself and say, I'm cool with this. It's very, very difficult when you are always, you know, berated with a barrage of images, you know, other than that.
And do guys like stop you a lot in the street? Like, what's the best way a guy could get your attention?
There's no way to get my attention in the street. Like, that's just, I'm not going to stop and talk to you in the street if you give me a hey ma or whatever. I mean, I would say the only possible way is look at me and see if I look at you. That's your first step. If I look at you and give you that word, then you can approach. And if you do approach, I would suggest that you better have yourself under heavy manners.
That goes very far. That ma, that pss, pss, it goes nowhere. That's for the projects.
Definitely.
And what's the name of the website again?
AmandaDiva.com. It's your source for all things Diva. Diva Speak TV, Diva DVL, music, artwork, other artists to look out for, be they visual or music, blog, anything you need, contact information, all in one spot. AmandaDiva.com. One stop shop, baby.